think we're on. Let me just refresh this. Yep, there we are. Hey, it's Kevin from Relax and Learn Guitar. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm here with you tonight to do a little workshop, I'm calling it. It's not a typical lesson for a song that we're going to work on. I just want to, before we get started, I want to thank folks for any suggestions you've written in. Comments have been great. It's great to hear from folks and what they want to work on. I've had a blast working with the members and the membership, and comments on the website have been awesome. So thanks for spending some time here tonight with me, and hopefully you'll get something out of this, what I'm calling a workshop. We're going to be focusing on rhythm and timing. There's been a really big increase in folks asking these questions, and it is something that folks struggle with, especially when they're first starting out. So I put Relax and Learn Guitar together to help folks kind of realize that dream they have of always wanting to learn how to play the guitar. And I believe that you're never too old to learn, and you can definitely do it, so why not try? And, oh great, we've got some folks tuning in, so welcome. And as we go along with this, it is a new setup, so I'm kind of looking at the camera, got my computer when I'm looking down over here to see comments, got the microphone, got the notes, so bear with me. This is kind of the maiden voyage for one of these workshops, and it may not be perfect, but I'm hoping to get the point across. So if you have any questions as we go along, please leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer those while we're working on this tonight. If we don't get to all of them, I'll definitely answer them later on after the broadcast. So you really can learn how to play guitar. It's a great way to spend time, especially kind of here in these winter months. I don't know where you guys are. We're in Ohio, and it's 65 degrees today. And tomorrow there's going to be like a 6-inch snow and ice storm. So gotta love that. So anyway, so rhythm and timing is obviously really important. And no pressure, it's probably actually the most important part of playing guitar. You can kind of make up when you're playing individual notes and you mess up, flub it. You've got some time to kind of correct that pretty quickly, and you can really make up for it and kind of cover things up pretty easily, in theory. With the strumming and rhythm and timing, it is not that way. So if you're not playing in time, people are going to know. If you're not playing in time with the band or your metronome or a backing track, whatever it might be, if you're not in time, it's going to be noticeable. And it can be frustrating too when you can't get it. You go to a concert and you see folks clapping along. They're clapping to the beat of the song. And what we're going to work on tonight is learning where that beat is, hearing it in your head, searing it into your brain. So when you're clapping along, so to speak, while you're playing guitar, you're not that guy that everyone can see that's not clapping the right way and clapping in time. There's always a few of those, and you don't want that to be you. So we're going to fix that for you. So before we get into that, one of the things about strumming and playing guitar is it's a very physical activity. There's a lot going on. You got your elbow moving, your wrist is moving, you're holding a guitar pick. If you're not tapping your toe, after this lesson, you will be tapping your toe. That's one of the main things I focus on, helping people kind of get this rhythm down. And all that, and you still got to remember where to fret the chords. So there's a lot going on, and it can kind of be a challenge, especially first starting out. So some basics with picks. You want to, as far as how to hold your pick, I tell folks to imagine a remote control. You're clicking it, although we just probably talk to our TVs now to turn them on and off, but in the old days there were these things called remote controls. So hold your pick, rest it here on your index finger with the point coming out this way, and then act like you're clicking that remote and bring your thumb down. So the pick's going to kind of stick out from your thumbnail, and actually the closer or the further in you put the pick, the more control you're going to have. thing I see a lot of beginners do is hold the pick too far back. And if you just try that, and it's, I mean, good luck, because you're gonna lose it. It's gonna come out of your hand, and it's gonna go into the sound hole and be lost forever in the abyss there. So you want to hold it further up so you have some more control over it. And strumming should be a fluid motion. Another thing I see folks do is they hold that pick kind of at a 90-degree angle and they really dig in. And more of a stiff kind of movement, and that's not what you want. It needs to be kind of a fluid motion, and it can be a light, especially on an acoustic guitar. You get a lot of nice sounds just with light picking. Let's see, and we've got some folks popping in here, so I'll talk a little bit, and then I'll kind of address the questions, and I'll come back to the lesson. Maybe we'll try it that way. So to kind of wrap up this picking part, you want to kind of use that 45-degree angle so it kind of looks like this. As you're picking down, your pick's kind of pointed up at you a little bit. And when you strum back up, it's the opposite. Your pick's kind of going down, so it's this motion. That's why your wrist is turning. It's not that, it's this. A lot of folks ask, when I strum up these chords, do I got to hit all 6 strings? The answer is no. You'll usually hit all 6 strings when you're strumming down. When you're strumming up, it's totally fine to just hit those first 4 strings. My philosophy is if it sounds good, it is good. So just kind of see what sounds good to you. Don't get real hung up on kind of the very particulars with, am I doing this right? It's more technique and kind of learn the theory stuff later. So that's kind of the pick part there. All right, we're up to about 12 viewers here. Let's see, we've got, oh, cool, you guys are talking with each other. Bill, he's from the membership. Welcome to the show. We've got a Jack Johnson. Thanks for tuning in and looking at things here and checking it out. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions about anything, any specific thing you want me to address with this, just go ahead and pop the comments in there. Here we go. We've got Sam. Welcome, Sam. And I think John's also watching. So, hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for spending some time and taking time to watch this tonight. So that is the kind of the main points with the pick part I wanted to go over. And let me just move on here. So you're holding your pick, got some nice control over it, and you're strumming at that 45-degree angle. Your wrist is kind of moving along with it, and your elbow's moving. It's all kind of one fluid motion. It's efficient. It's not Pete Townsend. I mean, there's times when you can do that, but you're not kind of railing on it. It's really all about being steady. And one kind of steady motion while you're strumming. And I do kind of spend a lot of time on this, and it may sound basic, but I really believe it is so important to have kind of this foundation. And I want you guys to learn it well, not so much learn it fast. There may be some guitar folks out there that will tell you, you can learn how to strum in time in 5 minutes. Learning this song in 30 minutes, or how to be a guitar player in 7 days or less. It really doesn't work that way. And it's just not something, you got to put the time in. And if you kind of focus on the basics and the important foundational stuff, it's really going to pay off later. So kind of part 2 is we're going to talk about toe tapping. Super exciting. However, really important. So if you are having trouble playing in rhythm, but you can tap your toe to the beat of a song, there is hope. You can learn how to play in rhythm if you're able to tap your toe to the beat of a song. So a couple little things I tell folks, and this one has gone a long way for me. One of my music teachers talked to me about tapping my toe and kind of an imaginary string trick. So before I get to that, I want to talk about, and this is going to kind of represent my foot, so we don't have to kind of move the camera and stuff. So if you're listening to a song and you hear the beat and you're tapping your toe to it, your toe is going to hit the ground. Like, hopefully you can hear my foot tapping. Your toe is going to hit the ground on the beat, or the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're strumming and playing in rhythm, your hand is strumming down. So when your toe hits the ground, it strums down. And a little trick you can do is, sounds silly, but it works. Imagine you have a piece of string, tying it around your wrist, and you're tying it to your toe. When your toe hits the ground on the beat, it's pulling your hand and your wrist down. So that's the down strum. When you lift your hand back up, you're going to pull your toe back up. And those are the ands. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So your hand's going down. So is your foot. When you bring your wrist up, your foot comes up. It's this kind of a motion. And if you look, anytime you're watching a guitar player play something, their arm and their hand is always going up and down. Doesn't matter what the song is or the strum pattern, there's always an up and down. And strum patterns are simply removing some of the times that you actually hit the strings. But you know, what goes down's got to come up. So you're strumming down, tapping that toe. It's that kind of a motion. So it's really coordinating a lot of different stuff. You've got your wrist moving, you've got your toe tapping, and you're holding the pick there. And it's a get used to counting to 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, 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 down, up. So that's kind of the two, main basic things you'll have to get into your head. And what I'd like you to do now, if you don't have your guitar with you, playing along, you can definitely kind of use this as homework to work on your rhythm. We're going to just mute our strings. So just hold your hand over the strings. So you get this kind of a sound. You're not going to, don't push down on the strings, just this type of thing. And you're going to be tapping that toe down as your hand goes down, and your toe up when your hand goes up. I want you to choose, or if you want to do this now you can, or later on after the lesson, I want you to choose a song that you like. It doesn't really matter which one it is. Let's see how we're doing over here. Oh, good. Yeah. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you're liking it so far. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. So I want you to choose a song that you like, and you're going to play that song. I'll just kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Hopefully you can hear this. Doesn't matter what the song is. So I hope you can hear that. You're going to mute your strings. And you're going to listen for that snare drum or that beat of the song. In this song, it's right here. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to mute, strum. The guitar's a very percussive instrument. And this is something you can really do to kind of get used to that rhythm part. So in this little track, your toes going down, your hands going down, and you're strumming those strings while they're muted. And you can get fancy after you've gotten used to that kind of basic beat. Add in the up strums. This. You can really take any song, anything you're listening to, anything you're working on. Doesn't really matter. They can, any song that you're working on, anything that you're struggling with, you can basically apply that one strum to any of those songs. Let's say you're working on, let's see. Tom Petty or something. I've got that one stuck in my head because I talked to one of the members this week and he was talking about that song, and since then I've kind of had that in my head. So take any of those and you can apply this to it. So if you're listening to that song, you can still find the beat and still do the very basic. If you can't do the basic kind of beat and tap your toe to it, you're really going to have a hard time kind of building on that foundation and learning the more complicated guitar strums, or guitar strumming patterns, rather. All right, cool. So some more folks jumping in here. If you're just now coming in and you've missed any of this, don't worry. It'll be on the Relax and Learn Guitar Facebook page. I'll leave it on the replay for the next couple of days. So if you're coming in late and you want to see what we've talked about that you've missed, that's totally easy to do. Just head over to Relax and Learn Guitar on Facebook and check out the replay. So we're at about 15. And I was kind of looking at this at about 20 to 30 minute lesson. So it might be more like a 30-minute thing here as we go along. So we've talked about holding the pick and the imaginary string, tapping that toe. Finding a song that you like and just play it in the background. And actually, man, I could do that like all day. It would drive my wife nuts, but I really like the percussive part of the acoustic guitar. I actually got a blog post coming out soon about why the acoustic is better than the electric, so you can see the opinions on that. But it's really something I could do all the time, and you can learn so much just by kind of drumming, if you want to call it that, on your guitar to get that rhythm down. The more you do this, just like anything else with a guitar and practice, the more you'll get better at it. So let's see who else we got. Got some folks joining, but we haven't had comments yet. Somebody's over there thinking Ray. So glad you guys are talking out there. No major comments yet. Extra emphasis on the down toe tap helps. I think he's asking for hopefully finding that helpful. This is one from Jack. Let me know if that's what you mean. That emphasizing that has really helped you, or do you want me to talk about it more? Just pop the answer in there and I'll work on that. And again, so the kind of strumming along and your toe hitting the ground and coming back up, strumming up and down. So you really want to kind of just think of, if you're right-handed, just really think about how when you strum down and you tap that toe, that kind of right side of your body, in my case, is all connected. That's the whole the right brain, left brain thing. Not to get too like crazy about it, but it all is connected. So when your right hand's moving and your toes tapping, it feels right. If you're not doing it, or you're doing it opposite, or too slow or too fast, then you're really going to feel it and it's going to make a difference. Oh, here we go, Jackson. Oh, does it help? I found that it helps. It has helped me, and it's helped some of the members in the membership have asked me the question. Folks I've worked with and done teaching them in person. It has helped them as far as tapping and strumming, and you think of those things kind of tied together. And eventually, I mean, you really should be tapping in my opinion, you really should be tapping your toe to music as much as possible. Whether you've got a guitar and you're playing or not, when you're listening to songs and listening to music, try to find that beat and tap to it. And it does, I do think it does help, and emphasizes kind of finding that beat and finding that rhythm. It's all about that being steady part, not erratic. Mostly. Most music in kind of 4/4 time will be steady. So I hope that answered your question. Let me know. And kind of the next part I want to talk about, so once you've kind of gotten that lesson and song in your head and you've kind of played along with the mute, gotten fancy if you want to. Another thing I really encourage folks to do is to find their friend the metronome, which can be the dreaded metronome, but it really, really does help. So one thing you can do is turn on your metronome and pick a pretty basic kind of rhythm, maybe 80 or 90 beats. This one's 90. hopefully you guys can hear that. So what I want you to do is mute your strings, turn on your metronome, and you want to strum down on that beep. That beep is the beat. And your toe and your hand are going down at the same time. So this kind of effect. Really basic, but very important. Then you can move in when you feel more comfortable. You can use the up strums too. If you're not practicing the songs that you're learning, okay, stop. If you're not practicing the songs that you're working on, either with a metronome or along, trying to play along with the record at the, original tempo of the song, then you really should. Toe tapping and playing the metronome will very much help get your rhythm and get that part of your brain connected to your hand and your foot. So if you're just kind of learning songs and kind of going by memory, which, hopefully your memory is really good. If you're doing that, you really want to use a metronome or listen to the record in the background to kind of keep up and be in tempo and in time. So kind of the listening to a song and playing along, this way, or with a metronome. Those are two easy things you have access to. If you don't have a metronome, there's probably like 50 apps of metronomes out there that you can download and use to your advantage. You can also play along to backing tracks. You can find those all over YouTube. So another suggestion for you. So that's kind of the bulk. What time is it? 22. All right. Cool. Up to 16 folks so far. Hopefully it's working out. Welcome to Brad. And welcome to Jim. And let's see, it was the last two. Yeah. Some of these folks must know each other, so that's cool too. So if you're telling your buddies about this, thanks, man. Yeah, you're all welcome to watch. And we've got a welcome to Greg. You can Google the beats per minute for songs to set the metronome. Oh, absolutely. So there's a beats per minute concept. You'll see it as BPM. That's the beats per minute. And you can find out what the beats per minute of a song are, and then you'll know what to put into your metronome as far as like 80, 90, whatever. John, what's up? John's from the membership, and he's in sunny Florida, I believe. It's probably not going to snow 6 inches there tomorrow. How do we know what to set the metronome on to match the song we're playing? Oh, so we kind of just answered that, and thanks to Greg for that tip. So, John, when if you Google any song that you're playing and just put like Hotel California BPM or whatever the song is, you'll find the beats per minute, and that's how you'll know what to put into your metronome to know the right tempo. And it might be too fast, and I really do tell people start out slow. And you may have to work yourself up to the beats per minute that the folks are actually playing at on the records. So, oh yeah, and it looks like, and there might be a little delay too here, so sorry about that. Looks like Greg had answered it. So thanks, Greg, and thanks, John, for the questions. And thanks, Greg, for the information. Okay, so we've got the, oh, and just as a reminder, if you missed any of this or jumped in later, because now we've had about, I don't know, a dozen more people that have kind of come in toward here. I'll be wrapping it up in a little bit, actually. So if you're coming in late, don't worry about it. The replay will be on the Relax and Learn Guitar Facebook page, so you can definitely check out the tips and things that I'm kind of going over tonight around how to strum and rhythm. So let's see where we're at. Grab the guitar, the muted strings. I just wanted to do a quick kind of visual for folks on what we've talked about. So I'm going to pull out the very sophisticated technology now. Ta-da! Yeah. Hopefully you guys can see that in my awesome artwork. I tried to be very meticulous because, man, I can't write for at all. So it's not one of my strengths. So again, I know this stuff might sound basic and people are like, really? This is what we're doing? But I do want you to learn it very well and not fast and not the turbo version, and it doesn't usually work that way in the end, guys. So if you kind of get these to your core when you're first starting out, it will be hugely helpful. So, oh, we're good there. So this is kind of the visual of the 1, 2, 3, 4 that you're going to get stuck in your brain and like a brain worm and never leave. So those represent the beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Your toe is tapping the ground on those beats, and your hand is strumming down. And your metronome is set to whatever speed you want it to be at to keep time and to be steady with those beats. So that's kind of the most basic strum pattern, kind of just 1, 2, 3, 4, all down strums. And I recommend, and actually I teach that a lot in the membership, when you're first learning a song, it's super helpful to learn the strum pattern this way. Whether that's the strum pattern of the song or not, it really gets the guitar chords under your hands. So even though that's not, learning to fly isn't strum this way, you can strum it that way to get used to what that steady motion is going to look like and feel like. Mostly feel like. It's kind of, muscle memory. Donnie Sasser, good stuff. Good. Glad you like it. Alan Gentry got in late. It's okay, Alan. It's no big deal. We are going to wrap up here in a little bit, but you can absolutely watch this in the replay. So if you've missed the lesson up until now, just go to the Relax Learn Guitar Facebook page, click on the video and watch the thing from the beginning if you like. Welcome, Jim. With your membership, is there any one-on-one lessons? Good question. Yes. So the way the membership works is you pay a monthly fee, and actually we're going to talk about a little special deal just for folks watching this video tonight. And you pay the one fee, and then you get access to everything. And by everything, I mean over 100 lessons now in the membership, about half and half between songs and kind of lessons on techniques or chords or bar chords or scales or whatever. Then you also have a private Facebook group that we do most of our talking and back and forth in. I do a one-on-one call with folks kind of at the beginning when they join, just to kind of get to know them, see what they want to work on, what their goals are. And then I'll do a lot of feedback for folks. So it's just me. You're not going to get like 6 different dudes who do 6 different, I got a blues guy, I got this, you got all that stuff going on. It's just me in there, and the one-on-one stuff happens primarily through the Facebook group. And then you also have the ability to send me videos, and this has been really working well with one of the members, Jeff, who will pop a video in and email it to me, and I'll give him feedback on that, and we'll kind of talk back and forth about that. So that's kind of, hopefully that'll help. Lost the live feed. Are you finished? No, not yet. Got one more kind of concept to follow, one more strum pattern. And then I wanted to talk about the deal that they had brought up. Ron says he's just getting back to playing. Absolutely keep playing. So I end a lot of my emails with keep on picking. If you've played in the past and you're picking it back up, stick with it. I do believe it's like the best way to relax. It's the best way to enjoy music. If you're like me and more of a second halfer and hopefully have some more time to yourself, it's like the perfect thing to spend time on yourself for change, maybe, if that's what's going on in your life. So Ron, definitely keep on playing is my advice to you, of course. Let's see, one-on-one. So I think we're caught up there now. And the kind of last thing, let me draw in one more thing here. So we got this kind of very, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you add in the ands, with my very artistic ability here, these are and symbols. That's when you strum up. And that's also when your toe is coming up, and it's also when your hand is strumming up. So visually, I just wanted you guys to be able to, I don't know if about you, I learn really, really well if I have a visual kind of representation. I like to read and learn that way. But if I can kind of have a drawing of what people are talking about. So hopefully my super high-tech board here will make sense. So for this last part, you've got your metronome going or your song in the background, you're tapping the toe, and your hands going down. So the hands just kind of visually, just kind of look like that. Your foot's, oop. So your foot's going down, up on the hand, so, or the and rather. So again with the metronome, oopsie. And that's kind of the visual representation of the down and up strum. And again, you can use that basic strum pattern in any song. Back to the kind of the learning to fly. You've got that going on, and you can use this strum pattern to kind of really feel the beat in the music. And your, don't forget your wrist and your hand is in a fluid motion. Kind of this, not the, don't really have to dig into it and keep it all nice and straight. It's more of a fluid movement. Jack says back for the finale. Yeah, and with a smiley face. Yeah. Let's see, Ron. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, Ron. I hope you keep enjoying playing guitar and stick with it. Let's see where we're at. 7:33. That's kind of that's pretty much the material I had planned on going over tonight with you guys. I really hope you find it helpful. I do want to let folks know if you're really looking to get more rhythm in your playing, or you really want to kind of kick it up a notch. I am running a special for just the folks that have watched this broadcast, and I'll leave it in the comments. I'm doing a $1 14-day trial. So there's folks, John's in the membership, Bill was in here, had a couple of members tune in tonight, which I appreciate. And it's less than a cup of coffee, and you can pay $1 and you can check it out for yourself. So that's, there's a lot of good stuff in there. As I mentioned before, there's over 100 lessons. I do take it seriously to get back to folks and answer their questions and help them along. The Facebook group is where folks will ask questions, and also I'll do a lot of, hey, what do you guys want to learn? And I basically go out there and do that, build that, make that once folks have requested it. So I really believe that you'll learn how to play by playing songs you love. So that's really kind of the best way and best approach. I can tell you, if you do join the membership and you follow the Relax Learn Guitar method, you will learn how to play the guitar. There's a great bunch of folks in there having a blast with them. So $1 14-day trial, no risk. If you don't like it, then you can cancel anytime, and you won't hurt my feelings. But I do think it's a great opportunity to kind of check it out and see what you think, and decide if you want to stick with it, if it's right for you or not. It is geared toward the second halfers, as I call us. So it is more in that vein, and the lessons are pretty well paced, pretty well organized. Very down to earth, kind of real lessons for real people. And you can learn about the offer that I'm running right now. I'll leave a link in the description of this workshop. So you can click there and it'll take you to the page that tells you more about that. So definitely check it out. I think it's worth your time. Love working with folks and getting the comments and questions. It's been great that way. Donnie Sasser says that's a great deal. That's what I'm hoping. So Greg says let's do it again sometime. So yeah, definitely join back in the next time I do some more workshops. And I am kind of thinking this is the direction I'm going to go with the Facebook page as more of a workshop environment where folks can ask questions like this, get comments back in. I might throw in some lessons on songs here and there, but what I'm finding is folks have more questions about kind of the general topic than more about specific songs. So thanks for checking things out, Greg. And yeah, let's definitely do this again sometime. I will send out reminders and posts whenever I'm going to go live and give you guys some notice so you can attend. And let's see, Bill, hope there's more of these to come. Yeah, there is. So again, I really want to listen to the viewers, and I do appreciate the time that you take out of your schedules and lives to watch Relax and Learn Guitar, and I do want to make this worthwhile and valuable for you. So I will definitely do that. So I think that is all the comments and folks that have turned in. So I think we're going to wrap things up now. Again, if you missed any of this and want to see more, looks like there's been some pretty good stuff going on. I love working like this and interacting with folks. So it's something I really am passionate about. So hopefully you can kind of become passionate about playing guitar and learning music too. So we'll wrap it up, and yeah, there will be more to come. So Jack says, like the way you explain in a down-to-earth manner, we'll try it out. Excellent. I do believe that anybody can learn. You're not too old to learn, and if you break things down like this and build up, you can it works very well that way. And that's what I've learned from folks. We got Brad. Having these get-togethers lets everyone know we are not alone. Absolutely. And being alone during this kind of sucks. And the other thing I'll say is there's a ton of stuff out there. You can watch a lot of people. So thanks for watching Relax and Learn Guitar. I have worked hard to put things in a very organized, go to one place, get the lessons, get the PDFs. There's a ebook in the membership that folks get when they join on music theory. There's lessons on how to play and sing at the same time, so that it's more broad. But yeah, you're not by yourself, and it doesn't have to be frustrating. You really can, check it out. Let's see. Oh, more smileys. Yeah. You saying I'm old? No. I'm not saying you're old. I'm saying I'm old. I don't know if you're old. But I will say that maybe folks my age and around there might kind of learn differently. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not calling you old, man. Okay, that's a smiley face, so I feel better about that. Hopefully I haven't offended anybody. All right, I'm going to quit rambling. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight, you guys. This has been pretty well, so I definitely think we'll be doing this again. And if you haven't seen the whole thing, you can watch it later in the Facebook feed, and be sure and click on the link in the description to learn about that $1 14-day trial. Get in, kick the tires, see what you think, and if you like it, great. If you don't, it's okay too. So let's see, Bill. Sharing a message how to get the ebook. Apparently, Bill's I think this is Bill from the membership. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll send you a private message or email you. It's in the membership, and it's under I think the name of the form, it's Music Theory. Without looking right now, I think that's if you log into the membership and look for where the beginner modules and the intermediate modules are. You'll see one that says Music Theory, I believe. You click on that one. The ebook is there. Just kind of scroll down. It's a PDF. I want to say it's about 15 pages. And you can just click on that, print it, and use it for yourself. So, thanks, Outlook. Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to stop babbling. I'll see you guys for the next live workshop, and take care of yourselves.